Last fall, a group of over 100 college presidents, including the heads of Dartmouth, Virginia Tech, and Duke, signed a declaration stating that the 21-year-old drinking age is not working, and fireworks went off. But the presidents got what they wanted, a national debate about the drinking age. When the age was raised to 21 in the mid-1980s, the goal was to reduce highway fatalities. But everyone knows that the 21 age limit hasn't stopped minors from drinking. And now some experts believe it's actually contributing to an increase in extreme drinking. This is what the former president of Middlebury College in Vermont, John McArdle, believes, and it's why he has started the movement dedicated to lowering the age back to 18. It may seem counterintuitive, but he argues that lowering the age will make kids safer. Now, you're going to see a lot of young people drinking in this story. Undoubtedly, some of them are under 21.
Where did you get the alcohol from?
I got it from a friend.
It's like the old days of Prohibition. From the suburbs to college campuses to inner cities, kids find ways to get around the 21-year-old limit.
You're 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to call your parents.
As John McArdle of Middlebury College puts it, it's so widespread, it's the norm.
This law has been an abysmal failure. It hasn't reduced or eliminated drinking. It has simply driven it underground, behind closed doors, into the most risky and least manageable of settings.
Like basements, fraternity houses, and locked dorm rooms, where kids go to hide from the law and from adults, including parents, who might teach them some moderation. McArdle says the law has created a dangerous culture of irresponsible and reckless behavior, unsupervised binge and extreme drinking. This is called 6 and 10, downing 6 cups of beer in 10 seconds. Kids try to perfect the art of getting drunk as fast as possible by playing drinking games and preloading, downing as much of the forbidden fruit as possible before going out in order to avoid getting caught drinking in public.
What have you been drinking? What have you been drinking? Hey.
It's bad law in that it is unworkable. It's bad social.
Well, is it unworkable or people just don't enforce it?
The issue of enforceability is present, but the fact is it is so regularly and routinely avoided that enforcement of results in 2 arrests or convictions for every 1,000 violations.
We're not in a situation where we can stop it. The best we can do is try to contain it.
Mark Beckner, the chief of police in Boulder, Colorado, a college town, deals with underage drinking every day. So you're basically telling us that you simply can't enforce the law. They are drinking and you cannot enforce it?
Well, we do enforce it, but what we're seeing is it's not being effective.
Beckner has tried many different kinds of enforcement techniques over the years, including strict crackdowns.
We find a party where we know there's underage drinking, we would seal the house, surround the house with officers, and we would write every single underage person coming out of that house. We wrote hundreds and hundreds of tickets those years. All we did is we pushed it further underground.
For that reason, he is one of the few chiefs of police in the country who publicly agrees with McArdle and supports lowering the drinking age.
So what's the advantage to lowering the age to 18?
The overall advantage is we're not trying to enforce a law that's unenforceable. The abuse of alcohol and the overconsumption of alcohol and DUI driving, those are the areas we've got to focus our efforts, not on chasing kids around trying to give them a ticket for having a cup of beer in their hand.
Something like cracking open a bottle of wine with your family, having a meal, you know, even if you're underage, that's okay, right?
Well, not to change the subject, but I think you're opening your wine wrong. Hey everyone, Lacey and Trace for D News. The drinking age is a huge topic of conversation with the youths. Everyone wants to lower it.
Until you turn 21 and then everybody's like, whatever, I can drink now.
Yeah, that's true. It is a big debate though, especially amongst those who are underage. From time to time I'll see those little graphics on Facebook like, so I can fight my country's wars, but I can't have a glass of beer, which I must admit, they have a point.
It's true, I hear that too. There may be some data though behind the seemingly arbitrary age of 21. A new study from Boston University's School of Public Health says the 21-year-old drinking age is actually saving lives. Compiling research from 1988 to 2011, their paper shows a drop in heavy drinking among college students by 7% and a drop in drunk driving crashes, resulting in 900 fewer deaths each year.
However, researchers at Duke remind us that drunken driving has actually decreased across all age groups, not just those under the minimum legal drinking age. After Prohibition ended, states were free to pick their own drinking age, choosing from between 18 to 21 years old.
Fast forward to the 1970s, and 30 states lowered the drinking age to match the 26th Amendment's lowering of the voting age down to 18. Though shortly thereafter there was a sudden rise in drunk driving fatalities.
Studies attributed this to the new, younger, drunken population. So in 1984, Congress was like, you know what, we're going to cut highway funding by 10% to any state with a drinking age that's under 21. So by 1988, all 50 hiked up their ages, But the question still remains, why is 21 the magic number? It seems kind of arbitrary.
It's a traditional holdover, actually, from the Old English common law system. Under the old system, 21 was considered the age of adulthood, but now we've muddied those waters by having some ages important that are 18 and some that are 21, and now we know that the brain doesn't even fully develop until 25, but no one's pressing for that age. I mean, even though studies from the University of California say 25 would be the best for the minimum legal drinking age.
Yeah, 25, no thanks. Other food or booze for thought. Dr. David Hansen of the State University of New York at Potsdam argues that putting the drinking age at 21 shifts fatalities to an older age group, but it doesn't actually reduce them. Plus, a study at Arizona State found that when the drinking age rose from 19 to 21, there was no effect on alcohol consumption.
Not to mention other countries like Cuba and Sweden and Poland with no drinking age at all, or some as low as 14 or 16 to buy beer at the store, and you can drink all you want if you're at home with your families. But though they can drink it sooner, that doesn't necessarily establish a moderated relationship with alcohol, as some would believe. According to the World Health Organization, the United States actually drinks the least per capita in the developed world. We drink the alcohol equivalent of 470 pints of beer per year on average. The British, they drink 1,100 pints per year.
And the Russians suck down over 1,300 pints plus 90 liters of vodka. No joke. Science, peeps. But it's not just about the volume that's relevant here, it's the alcohol abuse. We binge drink a lot in the US. Many believe it's a kind of forbidden fruit effect. Perhaps if we introduced it sooner, teenagers would learn to be more responsible about it.
Yeah, but then we'd have to decide what to do when alcohol appears in high schools. It's such a massive issue, though. The Boston University study is just one of many looking at the effects of the drinking age on our society, and with so many people and so many different situations, we really don't have a good comprehensive study that's come to light yet.
Yeah, well, personally, I think 21 is an okay age in general, but I feel like it should be a little lower for teens and with their parents, or if you're just gonna be at your house, you know?
Yeah, I think it should be 19. That way we keep it out of the schools, but if you're voting or drafted or anything like that, you don't have to wait that long in order to imbibe like the rest of us. I do agree with you, though, that parents should definitely get some say over it.
Yeah. So what do you think? This is as much a policy decision as it is a scientific one. Tell us your thoughts down below, and be sure to subscribe and share this video so we can get a good conversation rolling. Thanks for watching DNews. We'll see you next time.